Hello class, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to discuss about digestive glands. Last time students, we had discussed about the small and large intestine, and now today's topic will be digestive glands. So digestive glands, we have some of the digestive glands. We will discuss one by one. So first of all, we have salivary glands, and second we have liver. Liver is the largest gland of our body. And students, liver produces bile juice, bile juice which helps in the digestion of fats. We will discuss it later on. Third, we have pancreas. Pancreas is basically a heterocrine gland. Heterocrine means it's heterocrine, or you can say mixocrine gland. So it means both, which is endocrine and exocrine in function. Endocrine means which releases its secretions directly into the blood, and exocrine is with the help of a duct. The secretions are released. And then we have fourth one, we have salivary gland, liver, pancreas. Then we have intestinal glands, which are also known as, I have told you, if you remember, crypts of lubricant. And then we have fifth one is the gastric glands. Gastric glands. Now students, one by one we are going to discuss about this. So first we will talk about the salivary glands. So these are the glands which I will be talking about. Now starting with the salivary glands. So salivary glands we have of three types. First type we have parotid gland. Second type we have submandibular, or also known as submaxillary glands. And third we have lingual gland. Okay, so salivary glands, they are basically present in our buccal cavity. And salivary glands, the function of salivary glands is, you can assume from here, the function is production of saliva, which helps in the digestion of food. So let us discuss first of all the parotid gland, students. The first one, we will talk about this. So talking about the first gland, which is parotid gland. This gland is basically located on each side of the face, basically behind the ear. It's located behind the ear on each side of face. Okay? And parotid gland basically, this gland, it opens into the vestibule. This parotid gland, vestibule means into the cavity, into the buccal cavity, from where it releases its secretions into vestibule. It opens near the second molar tooth. It opens near the second molar tooth, opens into the vestibule near second molar tooth. Okay, vestibule is like cavity, into the buccal cavity near second molar tooth, through a duct, opens through a duct through which its secretions are released. That duct is known as the Stenson's duct. Stenson's duct. Okay, and it releases its secretions there. Parotid gland secretions, it's actually, we can say it's a watery secretion, and it contains an enzyme which is known as salivary amylase or ptyalin. So this parotid gland, students, I hope it's clear whatever I am telling. It's located behind the ear on each side of the face, and it opens into the vestibule into our buccal cavity through the second. It's located near the second molar tooth and opens through a duct known as Stenson's duct. And its secretion is basically watery, mostly a watery secretion, and it contains an enzyme salivary amylase, also known as ptyalin, which helps in the digestion of starch. It converts starch into isomaltase. Okay, 33% of carbohydrate is digested in the buccal cavity. Breakdown happens. That is because of this starch. Salivary amylase, also known as ptyalin, which breaks down starch into isomaltase. Okay, and it is like this parotid gland is basically, sometimes swelling occurs, some inflammation occurs in these parotid glands, and that swelling of the parotid gland is known as mumps. In children mumps do occur. It is a swelling of the parotid gland. So this basically, parotid gland mumps, there is a vaccine also for mumps which is known as MMR vaccine. You can note this down. This might be asked in some exams. So vaccine for this mumps is MMR. So inflammation or swelling of the parotid gland, it causes mumps. And now second, I hope this much is clear to everyone. Now second gland which we are going to discuss is submandibular or submaxillary gland, also known as submaxillary. So submandibular. See students, it's located, basically it's located on the lower jaw, and submandibular gland, it's almond shaped, and located near the lower jaw, and it also has it also produces secretions, watery secretions, mucus secretions, which help in the digestion of food, and it opens through a duct. The secretions are released through a duct which is known as the duct of Rivenus. This is very important. You have to remember the ducts. Basically, that parotid gland opens into the buccal cavity or into the vestibule through through Stenson's duct. Here is duct of Rivenus. It's almond shaped. It's present near the lower jaw, and it also has some secretions. Basically, all they secrete saliva, so mucus secretions, watery secretions. This was about the submandibular gland. Now the next one we have, that is sublingual. So sublingual will be located where? Yes, you can tell me. It's located where? Sublingual. Yes, exactly. Sublingual is located at the lingual means tongue. So at the base of the tongue. Sublingual. And it's like walnut shaped. And it also opens, it has a duct which is known as the Watson's duct. Watson's duct, through which its secretions are released for the digestion of the food. So all of these, basically, if we talk about sublingual, submandibular or the parotid gland, they release what? They release saliva. So what is the saliva basically? What it contains? So saliva is basically the secretion of saliva. It's basically known as salivation. And you know, daily 1 to 1.5 liters of saliva is produced in our buccal cavity, and the pH of this saliva is 6.7 to 7.8. So you can see 6.7 to 7.8, it means slightly it is, like if on a pH scale of like 7, below 7, if you see, it's like as you go down it's acidic, so it's little bit of like, it's like a mixture of like basic and acidic, so we can say an alkaline mixture. And then about the saliva, is it also contains some important things like an immunoglobulin AGA, which helps in immunity. It contains mucin, it contains sodium, it contains potassium, it contains calcium, it contains bicarbonate ion, it contains chlorine, and it contains phosphate ion. And this mucin basically, mucin, if we talk about the mucin, it helps in the lubrication and swallowing of food. So it helps in the lubrication and swallowing of food. Now students, the saliva basically contains some enzymes, like first I told you about the salivary amylase. Okay, salivary amylase, it contains ptyalin, which is also known as the ptyalin. And in children also it contains and it also contains lysozyme to kill bacteria. In children, students, it contains an enzyme which is known as the lingual lipase. So lingual lipase, it will help in the digestion of lipids. It will help in the digestion of lipids. And one more thing, as I told you about that, this, if we talk about submaxillary or sublingual, they have a watery secretion, so they are also known as serous glands because they have a watery secretion, they produce water, so they are known as serous glands. Watery secretions, sorry, not watery secretions. And now we have, this was all about the saliva. Now what is basically the functions of saliva? Number one, it moistens and the food. It helps in swallowing of food. It it helps in making food semi solid. Saliva, it makes our food semi solid, and it makes our mouth, basically it keeps our mouth and tongue clean. And fourth one is that as it contains immunoglobulin AGA, so it helps in providing immunity. And it contains enzymes like salivary amylase, like lingual lipase, and like one more I had told you, lingual lipase, salivary amylase, and one more was there, lysozyme, yeah, exactly, which help in the digestion of food, in the breakdown of food. So students, this was all about the today's lecture. So we have discussed only the salivary glands today. We are done with that and the function of saliva. I hope it's clear. And in the upcoming video, we will discuss the next, which is liver, pancreas, and rest of the glands. So till then, take care and do like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.